If you've tried magnesium, dim, ashwagandha, maca, and all the creams, and you still feel anxious, exhausted, inflamed, bloated, or like your body is just working against you, you're not alone. Is it just me, or it seems like we can't spend 5 minutes scrolling without seeing an ad or an influencer promoting the next best blend that will balance your hormones? And when they don't work, we blame ourselves, or we think we're even more broken than the average. But here's the truth. Supplements don't fix hormone imbalances. They support a system that's already moving in the right direction. So if you're inflamed or you're stressed or you're running on fumes, unfortunately, no pill or powder is going to magically fix it. How do I know this? I'm Christy, and not only am I going through this wild perimenopause ride myself, but I am a nutritional therapy practitioner and I help women navigate perimenopause. And in this video, I'm breaking down why your supplements aren't working and exactly what you can do about it. So let's get one thing straight. Supplements aren't magic bullets. They're not hormone replacements. They're tools meant to support a system that already has the resources to function. But in perimenopause, your system is often not functioning well. You're juggling stress, you may have unstable blood sugar, we're not sleeping well, and we may have a sluggish gut or liver, and then we expect the pill to fix it. And you may be thinking, well, what about HRT? I hear that's magical, and it actually can be for some people, but I would argue that HRT is not going to be as effective, if at all, if the foundations of hormone health are not there. So let's talk about 3 of the biggest reasons why I see supplements fail in perimenopause. First of all, is you're missing that foundational work. If you're not eating enough, if you're skipping breakfast, if you're surviving on caffeine and stress hormones, your body is running in emergency mode. That state overrides everything else, including your ability to be able to respond to supports. So for example, you take magnesium at night to calm anxiety, but you're scrolling on social media right before bed, you're drinking wine most nights, or you're skipping meals. That's a stress signal, and your body's too wound up to be able to use that magnesium effectively. You can't supplement your way out of survival mode. The next one is that you're guessing instead of assessing. Most women try what worked for their friend. It's a trusted source who had good results, or they do what some influencer on Instagram told them to take. But what you need may be totally different from what they need. DIM can help with estrogen detox, but if your liver or gut is sluggish, or if you don't have enough estrogen at all, it can make things way worse. Vitex or chasteberry might support progesterone, but if your cortisol is high, it can backfire. Have you had any supplements backfire? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your experience. You're not alone there. I have had many. Supplements are powerful, but without knowing what they do or understanding where you're at, you could be flying totally blind. The next reason is that your body isn't ready to use it. Even if you're taking the right thing, your poor gut health may mean that you're not absorbing it well. Your sluggish liver means that you may not be clearing it well, or you've got inflammation and stress that shut down the response. This is why so many will come to me saying, I've tried everything and nothing has helped. It's not you, it's the state that your body's in, and there are things that we need to do first. Hey, if this is helpful, I would love it if you would hit like, subscribe, or share it with a friend. It helps more women find this type of content during this very confusing time in our lives. Thank you. So here's the good news. Once you build the foundation, the right supplements could start to help and you could feel the difference. So let's talk about 4 things I always recommend doing before spending another dollar on a new bottle. First is to balance your blood sugar. Eat a protein-rich breakfast within an hour of waking. Skipping or delaying breakfast can spike cortisol and throw off your hormone rhythm for the whole entire day. Protein gives your brain a message that you are safe and nourished, and it helps support energy for the rest of the day. Blood sugar crashes that are too high or too low are so stressful on the body, and they can increase inflammation, which makes everything more difficult. Include whole food carb sources like fruit, squash, or potatoes with meals. I know that we kind of fear carbs a little bit, but your body needs slow burning carbs to stabilize blood sugar and prevent stress signals that can shut down hormone production. And I'd recommend stop skipping meals and undereating during the day. Undereating keeps your body in survival mode. When your brain thinks that food is scarce, it deprioritizes reproductive hormones and can downshift your thyroid function as well. And I know that may be confusing when you think, well, I got like a little extra cushion here. I'm clearly not underfed, but that doesn't mean that skipping meals is the right solution. It does increase stress on the body. And it's not always the type of stress that your body is ready to handle well. When your blood sugar is steady, your hormones stop reacting to every little stressor. And the next is to support daily detox. So yes, we do have a liver. It's got over 500 jobs and it is really good at what it does. But we also need to play an active role in this process and give our liver everything that it needs to be able to function properly. So drink water with minimal minerals or electrolytes. Hydration supports lymph flow and bile production and helps everything continue to move throughout the gut, which are key ways that your body clears out used hormones like estrogen. My favorite brand is Redmond Salt Relight because it has a better sodium to potassium ratio than other brands like Elemental Labs. But if that works for you, great. You can also add a pinch of sea salt to your water with a splash of freshly squeezed lime or lemon, and that can be helpful too. Of course, we need to make sure that we're drinking enough water. And that means aiming for about half your body weight in pounds in ounces of water each day. So for example, if you weigh 150 pounds, that's around 75 ounces of water. And that can fluctuate based on your needs, but that's just a general great place to start. Another thing you can do to support detox is to eat cruciferous veggies like broccoli, cabbage, and arugula. These have certain compounds that support your liver's detox pathways and can help you process estrogen more efficiently. And of course, making sure that you're pooping every day is important. If you're not eliminating daily, estrogen and other toxins can get reabsorbed into your system, and that makes symptoms of everything worse and increases the overall load on your liver, which we do not want to give the liver more stress. Your body can't clear hormones very well or use supplements very well even if your detox pathways are backed up. And the next is to rest, restore, and build your sense of safety. That means getting at least 7 hours of high quality sleep. Poor sleep increases cortisol, it reduces your insulin sensitivity, which throws off blood sugar, and messes with your circadian rhythm, all of which can worsen hormone imbalances. The next is to focus on strength training and walks rather than intense cardio all the days of the week. Excessive HIIT and cardio can be a really big stressor in perimenopause. And of course, yes, that can be considered a beneficial type of stress, but when we are already not as stress resilient and our stress bucket is full, adding more to it is not the right move. Strength training helps build muscle, which helps blood sugar, cardiovascular health, bones, inflammation. And walking allows for movement that does not add to the stress bucket. So it helps build that stress resilience without overstimulating your system. And the next, of course, is to have these pause points. So breathe, rest, take 2 to 5 minute pause points throughout the day to help calm your nervous system, not just when you're stressed, but throughout the day. Your nervous system controls your HPA axis, which is your stress feedback loop, which overlaps very closely with the HPO axis, the feedback loop that produces your sex hormones. So if the HPA axis is constantly activated and prioritizing stress hormones, your brain won't prioritize ovulation or sex hormone production or repair. Things like a 5-minute walk outside or deep breathing or laying on the floor with your feet up on the wall can be so helpful in supporting stress resilience. Your body can't heal and balance in a stressed state, period. And the last is to test, don't guess, when you're ready. Using things like blood work, a GI map stool test, Dutch hormone testing can be really great tools when symptoms continue to persist. Testing helps you see where the real dysfunction is: gut, liver, hormone production, nutrient status, so you can supplement strategically and not blindly. When the foundation is strong, targeted supplements based on your body's needs can finally do their job and make you feel a difference. So supplements can absolutely be helpful. They have a place, but they're not the starting point. They're like the cherry on top. And if the foundation underneath is shaky, they won't do a thing. And they could be just a huge waste of money. So before you click on that next supplement ad, take a step back and ask, is my body ready to use this? Or is it still trying to survive? And I have some work that could be prioritized elsewhere. Here's a series where I walk through the foundations of hormone health in detail with tons of tips on what to do to support them before leaning too hard on supplements. All right, you've got this, and I'm here with you every step of the way. See you in the next one.